This tutorial is for 4th grade, Module 5, Lesson 19. In this lesson, we're going to use tape diagrams to help us solve fraction word problems. The first problem says, Sue ran 9/10 of a mile on Monday and 7/10 of a mile on Tuesday. How many miles did Sue run in the 2 days? I'm going to start by writing an answer statement with a blank where my final answer will go. This will help keep me focused on the goal of the problem. So I will say Sue ran blank miles in 2 days. The next step will be to shade in how far she ran on Monday and how far she ran on Tuesday. On Monday, she ran 9/10 of a mile. I have 1 mile, and my mile has been broken into 10 pieces. That means I need to shade in 9 of those pieces. And here's the 9/10 showing how far she ran on Monday. On Tuesday, she ran 7/10 of a mile. In the Tuesday tape diagram, I'll shade in 7 of those sections since each section is a tenth. Now that I have both days shaded in, I need to combine the two of them to find the total. If I think about this, if I took this piece from Tuesday and moved it into the Monday section, that would give me 1 whole mile. Then I just have to include the rest of Tuesday. We had 7/10 on Tuesday. I took 1 piece away. That leaves us with 6/10. So in all, I have 1 full mile and 6/10. That tells me that Sue ran 1 6/10 miles in the 2 days. Here's another example. This one says, Mr. Salazar cut his son's birthday cake into 8 equal pieces. Mr. Salazar, Mrs. Salazar, and the birthday boy each ate 1 piece of cake. What fraction of the cake was left? Our tape diagram is showing us the cake. It has been divided into 8 sections, showing us the eighths. I'm going to write an answer statement with a blank so I know what my goal is. The question says, what fraction of the cake was left? I'll say blank of the cake was left. Now let's shade in what we know. So Mr. Salazar ate 1 piece. So I'm going to shade in 1 piece to show that. And I'll label that to keep track of what I'm doing here. So this would be the piece for Mr. Salazar. And then Mrs. Salazar ate a piece. So this shaded piece will represent what Mrs. Salazar ate. And then we have a piece for the birthday boy. We'll label that for the son. And everything else would be shaded in to show what was left. We can label that section to show this is what was left. And now we just have to figure out what that is. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces out of the 8 that made up the cake. That tells me I have 5 pieces left, and each piece is an eighth. So there's 5/8 of the cake left. So you can see how having that visual helps students think through these word problems involving fractions.